In the quiet town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, a legend was born in the late 1960s that still haunts American folklore today. Locals began whispering about a winged creature with glowing red eyes, a figure that would later be called the Mothman. Its arrival coincided with a string of bizarre events, strange sightings, ominous warnings, and eventually tragedy. This wasn't just campfire talk. People reported the same thing over and over. A dark humanoid figure with massive wings, standing nearly 7 feet tall, eyes shining like two red spotlights in the night. For some, it was nothing more than a strange animal out of place. For others, it was a supernatural omen, an advance warning of disaster. The legend of the Mothman truly began on a cold November night in 1966. Two young couples were driving near an abandoned munitions plant known locally as the TNT area when they claimed a creature rose up in their headlights. Its wings spread wide and it chased their car down a lonely stretch of road. Terrified, they sped away, but the story would spread like wildfire. Soon after the first encounter, Point Pleasant was consumed by fear. Reports of the Mothman poured in from all corners of town. A gravedigger swore he saw a winged figure rise from the tree line. Housewives saw it perched on their rooftops. Hunters swore they heard its wings beating above them in the woods. The descriptions were always the same: broad wings, inhuman stature, and those unforgettable glowing red eyes. Some witnesses said it didn't flap its wings at all, just soared silently through the air as if gravity didn't apply. And yet, the Mothman was only part of the mystery. At the same time, locals reported strange lights in the sky, poltergeist activity, and mysterious figures in dark suits, what many call the Men in Black, who allegedly silenced witnesses. For Point Pleasant, it felt as if something otherworldly had descended on the town, and the Mothman was just a messenger. People began to connect the creature to an unshakable feeling that something terrible was coming. The sightings weren't just spooky, they were warnings, and soon those fears would prove tragically real. On December 15, 1967, Point Pleasant's worst fears came true. The Silver Bridge, a vital link between West Virginia and Ohio, suddenly collapsed during rush hour. In seconds, cars and trucks plunged into the freezing waters of the Ohio River. 46 lives were lost that evening. For locals, the timing was no coincidence. In the days leading up to the disaster, they claimed they had seen the Mothman perched on the bridge, its eyes glowing in the winter night. Some swore the creature had been circling the towers only hours before the collapse. Was the Mothman a harbinger, trying to warn the town of impending tragedy? Or was it something darker, an omen of death, arriving only when catastrophe was near? No one could say for certain, but one thing was clear. After the Silver Bridge fell, the sightings of the Mothman stopped. Just as suddenly as it had arrived, it was gone. The legend didn't end in West Virginia. Reports of Mothman-like creatures appeared in other parts of the world, near Chernobyl before the nuclear disaster in 1986, and even before earthquakes and tragedies in more recent decades. Whether these stories are connected or just inspired by Point Pleasant's legend, the pattern is chilling. The Mothman shows up, and disaster follows. Hollywood picked up on this mystery in 2002 with the film The Mothman Prophecies, starring Richard Gere. The movie blurred fact and fiction, but it captured the eerie paranoia of Point Pleasant in the 1960s. For a new generation, the film introduced the creature not just as a local myth, but as a symbol of the unknown, something that lurks at the edge of tragedy, always just out of reach. Today, Point Pleasant embraces its infamous visitor. There's a Mothman Festival, a Mothman Museum, and even a statue dedicated to the red-eyed legend. What once terrified the town has now become a piece of its identity, a reminder that folklore often grows from real fear. So what was the Mothman? A misidentified bird? A mass hallucination? Or something far stranger? An omen tied to the threads of fate itself. For the people of Point Pleasant, it was all too real. And for those who study high strangeness, the Mothman remains one of the most enduring mysteries in American folklore. The truth may never be known, but one thing is certain: the story of the Mothman has outlived the bridge, the witnesses, and even the skeptics. It lingers like a shadow over the Ohio River, a reminder that some legends refuse to die. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into cryptid lore, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Every story adds to the mystery, and your voice keeps the legends alive. This has been Joshua Tree Encounters, where UFOs, cryptids, and high strangeness collide. Until next time, keep looking to the skies, and maybe, just maybe, to the shadows as well.